So I've been training Gracie Barra, and I was grinding at Gracie Barra, dude, 5 days a week. Like, I was progressing fast. So I felt good about that. And I was probably a 3-stripe white belt when I came to this other academy. And so there's one other kid there, and he pulls out a blue belt for him. I'm like, yeah, that kid's pretty good. He's been under this instructor for a long time. He probably deserves that. Then he gives me my blue belt. And what does he say when he gives me my blue belt? Don't leave. And I was like, don't leave. Like, please, please don't leave. And I'm like,
interesting.
What? Like, that does not how this shouldn't feel that way.
Wow.
You know, where it's like, please don't leave. Like, are you giving me this because like, so now I feel like this commitment, like I have
How
to
long
stay
did it take
here?
you to leave?
Just a few months after that, dude. I was like, I couldn't because and it was nothing personal. I just recognized like I'm not gonna get the progression and the training that I need to get here.
Yeah.
But I remember feeling like, man, that it felt like it took this moment. This is, I don't want to sound like too egotistical, but it felt like it kind of spoiled this moment I'd been looking forward to for a long time, like that one little line. And he did say, like, you trained for a long time when you were 18, but I'm like, in my head, I'm like, well, that's a wash, dude. Like, that's a long time ago. And it's like, you can't just be walking around wearing a white belt anymore. But I was like, man, it did not feel right. And so when I started off, so then I left and went to Gig Harbor MMA. And dude, it was like I was barely carrying the belt, even though I'd probably been wearing it for 6 months. I think I probably left after 6 months. I've only been carrying it for probably 6 months, and I felt like, dude, I don't even want this blue belt because the guys at Gig Harbor MMA, like some of those guys were tough.
I remember when you started coming to Gig Harbor, and I never felt you were like an imposter.
Gotcha.
No, I always
in my brain it felt that way. Where I was like, I just got this.
But I think part of it too is like you step into it.
Yeah.
Right? It's like again, I kind of felt the purple belt was kind of like there, but like Cody.
Yeah.
But like Cody like really stepped into his pro
Sure.
belt. And there's other guys who like I've seen, or like the brown belt is another big one where it's like guys will like step into that and like take more of like a leadership role, more of an instructor role. They'll be more serious. They'll kind of think about things a little bit more. They don't want to get tapped by a white belt anymore. You're not a blue belt. You don't want to get tapped by this guy. So I think some of that just kind of comes, and you fake it till you make it a little bit, you know. And but all the same, I think that belt structure and having like a hierarchy